Hey friends, I want to talk about disco stance. So there's a lot of different martial arts stances that are protecting, but also being, defensive. And a lot of times you're hearing martial arts, if you see someone like this and you see someone like this, like who's the bad guy, right? And they're like, oh, it's, the bad guy's like this and the good guy's like this, which is great. But it does either of those things, they play into this narrative. And the narrative is the fight is happening. So, this guy has the posture. If I'm taking this posture, I'm saying I'm the victim, and that might actually get him to throw punches where he otherwise wouldn't. So a lot of times, people in law enforcement, people in like balancing things like that, they do positions that are not engaging, they're not hands up. Open hand, like saying hit me, they're more non-traditional, but they're still covering. And one of those is disco stance. So disco stance comes from Grandmaster Ali Coscos, that he taught people in the 1970s when they're hanging out in the disco, and it looks like this, right? Just like this. So the idea is I've got one hand up, I've got one hand low for blocking my groin. I'm almost like in a Philly shell, right? Like if I turn to the side a little bit, I can either fight off, put this hand back for the shell. I can put this hand forward for like, an eye poke or anything coming off of that front hand. It also allows me to get in really quickly. I can throw a headbutt there really quickly. I can come in and work a trap here, thinking about most people being, right-handed, and that's they go to point there, I'm in really quick and can disable or strike. So that's disco stance, that's Sifu. Another one that I learned from a Kempo guy was philosopher position. Same thing. Hey, tell me about your mother. But we're here. So, there's that one hand instead of in Sifu where I'm on my chin, I'm playing with my goatee. Yes, and I have to cover that distance. Philosopher, if I'm talking to my hand, I'm already right there. Coming in with a palm or grab for a more effective blow there. Again, same thing, pressing in. And the other one, which I learned from a Krav instructor who I forget his name, but he used to bounce. He talked about putting up a fence, and if he was having a discussion with someone, he likes to kind of keep his hands low but higher than the other guy's hands. So if the other guy's in the like ooh, he might be here, just like hey, settle. If that other guy's hands start to come up, he wants to get his hands up, but again, he doesn't want to be here. If he brings his hands up, he's going to go in. So if he wasn't sure, he'd put up a fence, and what he'd do is he'd itch his elbow. So he'd just be like here, kind of check his watch. So the same kind of principle. We've got that one hand that up, one hand down, kind of doing that shell position here, represent Philly. But the idea is getting your hands up in a way that's not necessarily saying victimize me, not saying we're going to have aggressive, but just being like, we're going to continue the conversation, but I'm going to protect myself at the same time. So just, again, disco, therapist or philosopher, fence. There you have it.